All right, so tonight, I don't even know how to use this. This Mac is wacky. All right, so tonight I just put some slides together about genealogy because Sonia had some questions, and since she did the call for me last week, I decided to do the call for her this week. So this is kind of like the basics of genealogy, and I'm going to go over it with you guys, and we're going to have this in on our team page so that you can go back to it if you have any more questions. All right, so pretty much this is the legit basic. How do you get to your graphical genealogy? And your genealogy is your team of coaches, their coaches, pretty much every coach that's signed under you in our team, you will see in your organization, whether they're yours or not. So the first one on the left is just showing you're gonna go to your business tab in your online office. Then the middle one, you go to your downline and then you click graphical genealogy, and it's going to bring you to that right hand picture, and it's going to show all kind of little people, and they can get confusing. So that's where I broke down the next one. So what do all the different colors mean? If you see an X, that is a coach that has canceled their membership. They're still going to show up, but they'll just have an X on it. They're not active. They're not anything. They've canceled. So the little gray people are the inactive people. So that means that they haven't ordered anything within the 50-point range in the past 30 days. So they can still become active, but they're not at this point in time. So they're not benefiting you as far as team volume. The blue is a coach status. So that means that they have at least 50 points ordered on their account within the past 30 days. Green is emerald, so that's 2 coaches underneath them. The red is ruby, which is 4 coaches total with 2 emeralds. And diamond is yellow, and that's 8 coaches total with 2 emeralds. And at the bottom, I put the different types. So the blue PS means a personally sponsored coach. So that's a coach that you have sponsored. As you can see on the right, they have a Karen right here. She's blue, she's active, but she's not a PS coach of mine. So that's where this gets a little confusing. I don't really look at this part of it. This is just how I change where I'm going to put my coaches. But as far as changing, you have to go through this. So the little gray person at the bottom, Michael, he's not my personally sponsored coach. That's actually Christopher's dad. He's under Christopher. But he's in my organization because he was signed up after me. So he's accruing volume. Well, he's not right now because he's inactive. But if he was active, he'd still be accruing team volume for me, even though he's not mine. Like I said, the red X is a canceled coach, and then Jennifer is a personally sponsored coach of mine, but she's inactive. So that's the different, I guess, the looks of the people. And how do you get different colored shirts? So definitely they go with rank, but also with rank comes different PV volumes to keep that rank. So blue and green, so active and emerald, you need 50 points. So your Shakeology covers that, period. But if you have too much, you can get points from customer orders as well. So as you can see on the bottom of that square, it's kind of fuzzy, but you have to have at least 25 PV from a customer and at least 50 at least 20. That makes no sense. Whatever. You can get your points from customer orders. So if you need 50 points to stay active, you can put in a PIO kit, and that's 45 points, and you just need 5 more, and your account will be active. So you don't have to continually buy like I thought when I started. I was buying from me and Christopher, even though I was selling customer packs. I had no idea. So that's something that I've learned throughout this. And I put the slimming pack because that and the refresh with the 3 Shakos is the cheapest thing that you can get for your 50 points. So the slimming pack is $41, and this is just showing that your Shakeology is 90. So as you move up in rank, you're going to have to get a little more volume. But like I said, if you get diamond and you're having your Shakeology, that's 90, and I'm pretty sure you have 10 points of customer. So that's not a big deal, but like I said, if you're going to cancel your home direct, or you're going to cancel something and push it back because you have too much of it at this point in time, just make sure to check that you have enough customer volume to fulfill for that month. And it's a 30-day period. So this is the rank breakdown. Emerald coach, you need 2 coaches under you. And this is your first goal as a coach, because at this point you can get free customers. So you're going to get paid for people that you have no idea who they are once you reach Emerald rank. So, and that's when you can start accruing your team volume, free money. So Emerald is a big deal because you can start earning free customers, free money, and free everything. You don't always have to sell. You can get extra on top of that. Ruby is going to be, like I said, 4 coaches with 2 emeralds, and then Diamond, of course, is 8 coaches total, 4 on each leg and an emerald on each leg. So team cycle bonus, like I was saying, with your emerald rank and above, it increases per rank advancement. So you start at $14 for emerald coaches, $16 for ruby, and $18 for diamond. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up a lot. So you have to have, I'll explain that later, but just to know that you can have that extra $14 or extra $18 will be beneficial to you, but it also cycles more than one time per week, if that makes sense. So I have it broken down right here for how does it cycle. So your strong leg has to have 200 volume and your right leg has to have 100. You don't have to remember any of this, but that's how it works. So I broke down one of my paychecks to show you how many times that I got paid out for cycle bonus. As you can see, I cycled 24 times in a 1 week period. So in 1 week, my 200 and 100 went through, I gotta fly, 24 times. So at $18 per cycle, I made 432, I call it extra dollars. So this is just because I have a team of coaches behind me and we're building this together. I made an extra $432 on top of my commission and on top of my coach signups and all of that. So this is what I call free money. And you're doing it with your team, but it's not something that you have to physically go out and get. It comes to you as you build your team. And I don't want to say the quicker you build the team, the better, but the more chances you'll have your cycle volume and extra income coming in. So Mandy and I talked about this because Mandy didn't listen when I told her from the beginning. When you sign up, if you can sign a spouse, a close family relative, somebody, a sister, a brother, a cousin, aunt, uncle, somebody that you can eventually work that account, you really want to put them at the tippy top, so that you want them to be one of your first 2 people. And you may say, well, that makes no sense now. And it's okay, because it didn't make sense to me. I did it anyway because that's what I was told to do. But I'm going to explain why. So these 2 people that I have arrows pointing to, those 2 people are getting team volume, free money from all of these coaches that are underneath me. So even if they're an inactive coach, they can still get paid out for the team volume. Like, she canceled, so she's not getting anything. But Christopher gets probably $200 a week of just volume because of all these people underneath him that are getting volume for our team. So these 2 people at the top are the ones that, if you can control those 2 accounts, you don't have to work them. It could be somebody that just wants a discount in your family, and then eventually you can sign coaches under them to help build your volume also. But you want to get these top 2 people, the most important people that you can work with, because like I said, it's free money and it builds up. So if you put them, say 2 months down the road, you put your husband and your organization, he's not going to get the extra income that he could have if you put him at the top. And I have no mouse, so I can't move that. So that's just showing on the right-hand side, left and right, the top 2 are the most valuable spot. So they call it the golden egg opportunity. So when you present this idea to somebody and you are trying to build your business from the get-go, you can tell them that, look, I have the perfect opportunity for you. This is the prime spot in my organization, and I really want you to do it with me because I feel like you could be so successful. And you can explain to them how everything underneath them will help them out.
Do the ones underneath them get what's underneath them?
Yes, like each person, you see how Kirsten's right here, so she gets everything underneath. It just builds up and up and up. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so this is showing that this is the enroller, obviously, but it moved in the online office, so I wanted to add this in for you guys. It's now under the Sales and marketing tab's the same, but the business tools is that first one. That's where they moved it to, and it's right here, your Coach Mobile. I don't know why they changed it, but I went to look for it and I got so lost because I couldn't find it. So I figured I'd go through that for you guys. Then, before you even send your enroller, this is the process that you really need to take into effect. Now, in the middle, you can see I have a lot of coaches, so it's kind of fuzzy and all of that. But as you're building your team, I try to do one and one, one and one on each side. So your first two coaches are automatically gonna go in the right spots. So you're gonna be an emerald. You don't have to change anything. But after that, it's just gonna keep building on that same side if you don't change it in your organization. And I'm gonna show you how to do that. But the point of this slide is to show you how to look and where to look to see what side you kind of want to place them on strategically. So you're going to go to your business, your downline, and then this breakdown, as you can see, it's your sponsorship drill down. So instead of going to your graphical to see all those little people that can confuse the crap out of you, you go to just the list of names. And this is going to list out all your coaches. And if you can see in the middle of this, it says left. And if you look down at the bottom, it says right. So what you want to do is, if you're placing somebody that you know is going to work the business, you want to put them opposite your spouse if you have that, because you have the opportunity to work your spouse's account so that you can make them emerald and then you can have somebody else. Or you can wait for both sides to build their own, but it's kind of up to you what ball game you want to play with that. But you definitely want, if they just want a discount, the side of it doesn't matter as long as you put them evenly on each side. But your workers, you want to try to put opposite of each other. Now, if they work the business, that's going to be up to them. But if they're interested in the business side of it, put the two people opposite of each other. All right, so this is how to change your preferred placement. So you're going to go to your graphical genealogy, then where it says bottom left or bottom right, depending on where you need them placed based on what your drill down says. So say I need my person in the right side because I have 3 on the left and 2 on the right. So I want to even it out. I want it to be 3 and 3. So I'm going to go click my graphical genealogy, and those blue links, you're going to go bottom right. So that's going to bring you all the way down to your organization, because you just don't want to click the arrow. That's just annoying. So you just go bottom right, and it's going to give you these 2 people. If they're both blue, that means your preferred placement is not set there already. So you're going to click the outside one, and you always want to go outside. The inside is not beneficial to you. I don't understand why. That's what I was told. So you click this outside blue guy, and it's going to ask you if you want to set your placement, and you just okay it. And then he's going to change to red. So the red is where your next coach will go. So if it doesn't turn red, click it again and set it. Or if you need to go to the left side, you would do the same thing. But you always want to place on the outside of your organization. And that's pretty much the basics of genealogy. I know it's kind of confusing, so I definitely wanted to open up for questions so that I can, if I can answer, I can answer. If not, I'll get an answer later on.
Well, okay, so you were saying it's better to add to the outside of the...
Yes, you always want to, from what Dennis tells me, you want to add outside until a certain point in your business, and then you want to add inside. I still don't understand. Mandy knows a little bit more than me, but I don't understand what the inside versus outside. I just know that I've been told when people just let their organization build itself and they build on the inside, it messes up their team volume dramatically, and they don't get paid out as much as they could have.
Okay.
So just always go outside.
Yeah, I think you don't start adding to the inside until you already have like a good kind of even number on the outside, and it's cycling better that way. I mean, lately Dennis was just saying, like with my husband's account, to go on the inside to help his account build up. But you usually don't do that. I mean, I'm a year in now, and I'm just now like figuring that out. So I wouldn't worry about it for a while. The outside definitely builds more volume than inside at the beginning.
That was one of my biggest things. And then just like you said, you just answered my question earlier, but having to email if you want to switch.
Yeah, you have 3 days that you can switch people. So if you forget to change the placement and you need them on the other side, you only have 3 days. So that's something that you want to try to catch immediately. That's why I make sure that I go into the sponsorship drill down before I even send the enroller, because if it's not set, then I'm just going to forget about it.
Yeah, and see, I added like several coaches like within a couple of days, so I was just kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah, it gets like that, believe me. You're so excited and you send it and you're like, crap, did I change that?
I'm so excited. I almost got my goal of 8 coaches. I have 7 coaches and I got to 10 Success Club this month. So
See?
there you
Now
go.
we just got to get Matt to Emerald and then one of your other coaches.
And Trevor, I got him. I went running with his wife the other day, and she said she's going to sign up under him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're realtors, and they already have another set of realtors that are going to sign up underneath. So I'm sure they'll be able to sell too. So
See?
he should be Emerald. They should be by this next week Emerald. So then I just got to work Matt's. Yeah.
Holla.
And get one more coach.
That'll come.
Yeah.
It's not funny, Mommy.
Sorry.
Crystal, how are you doing? I know you're going for Diamond. Where are you at?
Well, I think I need like 3 more coaches, and then I want to work with Jeremy this month to try to get him to Emerald, and then maybe I'll work my husband's account, and then so we try to make it happen.
Got a date in mind that you have set?
Yeah, I'll have it the last Wednesday, by the last Wednesday of this month.
Okay. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna get there.
I'll get it.
You're gonna get it.
I love when kids laugh.
I'm trying to escape the madness.
Mandy, do you think I got everything? We didn't even get to talk after I sent it to you. Was that the basics?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you kind of just learn as you go, but that's the basis as far as like, timely things that you can't necessarily change after the fact. But it does kind of get strategic later on as far as, you look at your volume, on the left side and it tells you have so many on the left, so many on the right. So you want to make sure when you're placing coaches, you're going to have a strong leg or a weak leg. So, if your left leg's doing really well and your right leg's kind of slacking, you're going to want to put more coaches on that side to where it'll cycle more. And that's something that, you kind of got to pay attention to and make sure, because, that's like Allison said, that's just extra money that you can get just from your coaches doing well and your team. So.
Right.
But I think
I got my first one.
Yeah, see, it's nice too.
Yeah. I was like, how did I get $14?
Exactly. And then it's like, oh, well, how did I get $40?
Yeah.
That's gas. All right. If y'all don't have any questions, I'm done.
That really helped me. I mean, it wasn't like it's not rocket science particularly, but it just starts to get confusing once they start piling in there. It's like
strategic. It's even more hair pulling because, like, say Trevor gets Emerald, but then he isn't like they back down and they kind of stopped it, and then their coach went inactive. So then you're trying to find someone else to get Emerald, but then you want to put on the other side because you don't want to keep Matt active. It's just it's a mind game, but once you get multiple coaches that are in this for the business instead of discount, like when you first start, you're mostly going to get discount coaches because you're trying to help them and you're still so new to the business. But as you get more in, it's like, well, where do I put this person? Oh, are they even going to work the business, or they just want the discount? It's kind of like Mandy makes me pull my hair out when she tries to ask me where to put somebody. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, and it's hard too because, like, people that I thought were going to take off, like, I have that problem, where I'm like, oh yeah, she's going to do so good, I'm going to put her over here, and then she like quits, a week later. And so Allison's like, you can't always, like, you just have to, just like calms me down. But, because really, like, all we can do is just put the information out there. And then, some people run with it, some people don't. But when you're placing them, it does kind of matter. So, I mean, sometimes you'll have people, I'll just stick them over there, and then they take off with it. So it gets a little crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah. It's a blast in a glass.
Well, I get October break starting. I have one more week of school. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I can really work the business for those 2 weeks then.
Hate you. I'm busy this month. I'm like slacking on everything because we have to do flu shots when we're doing it for the school. So when the schools have no kids, that's where my ass is.
Yeah, we've been doing flu shots. Yep.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Fun.
Yeah. I just can't wait to get up and be at work for 6 o'clock tomorrow. Can't wait. And I live an hour away. All right. Well, I'm about to post in the Kickstart group, so I got to do that before I go take a bath, guys.
Okay, with that, Allison, we're starting one every Monday.
I don't know. I think every other Monday would work better. What is that?
Flower, and it's just
What?
maybe so. And then, yeah.
Because I'm really, I'm legit behind. It's sad that I'm posting this at 8:30, but I haven't sat down.
Well, and I think too, with it being on the team page, website, that, if people are asking for different, like I did with Kim, like I just gave her the thing and she kind of took off with it herself. Like some people want all the information at one time, and then some people like the daily kind of reminder. So, I mean, we can always, like on our off weeks, if we do have a coach that signs up, we can kind of, and they are wanting to just know more information, we can give
Yeah, because I have 2 people in it. I know, Sonia, you got some workers, huh? You need to put your people in this.
What is it?
New coaches. The 7-day kickstart that we're running.
Okay.
New coaches.
Okay.
We were doing it every week, but I mean, like this week I have 2 people in it.
Am I part of it? Did you put me in it?
Well, I delete everybody and then re-add, but I don't know. I probably should figure out a better process for that. Because, I don't want the old people that went through it to get the notifications again, but again, some of our people don't even know that it runs every Monday. So, I don't know.
Well, you just posted that cover photo with all the dates and stuff.
Yeah, but I also posted the cover photo last month, and no one knew that we even had a get-together, even though it was on the cover photo.
So I can't make a get together. I'd have to.
You know what? That's your fault. You shouldn't live so far.
I know. Well, I just found you randomly. Jeez.
Did you figure out who that person was?
No, but since I'm Emerald, can I be given a coach?
No, not till Diamond.
So I don't know who the heck the person is. I'm like, how did they just could they have just seen me kind of like how I did with you and just put me as their coach?
But they would have to have unless you can look somebody up. I'll
contact her because I found her on Facebook, so I'll contact her.
I just had someone do that. It's either your coach ID or your email, I think.
My email, I think I posted my email on my webpage and stuff, so.
Yeah, so it might be.
I'll just have to contact the person and be like, hey, I think I'm your coach. I'm like, who is this random person as a coach? Like,
I've had someone ask me for my coach ID, and then she signed up with a Max 30 challenge pack, and I was like, well, what? You just asked for my coach ID? What? I love that, but what?
Well, that's like me. I was like, I want to sign up under you as a coach. And just
I know, and I just had someone that I've been trying to get a coach since I started, which was almost 2 years. She just messaged me, hey, I want to do this. Let's do it. I'm like, well, I mean, it took you long enough. Shit, 2 years.
That's funny. Yeah, it's nice when they actually start coming to you and asking.
Yeah.
Not having to do so much work.
That means you're doing it right.
Yeah. Finally. Although it's only been a couple months. It's not like I've been I've just been slaving. doing those workouts, darn it.
I'm accepting the newness.
Posting random